Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel Gut Feel. I have always thought that the people who research and expose our politicians' lies must have the most boring jobs in the world. But now I admit I was wrong about this profession. After a recent electoral event, I read an online list of lies that each politician had spoken, and I had to hit the page down button almost half a dozen times. And that was just within hours of the event. Given a day or two, I think these researchers would probably be able to write a full thesis out of just one function. I think of that 1997 movie Liar Liar, where the hero Jim Carrey is unable to lie and his facial muscles pull and push into unimaginable contortions every time he tries to do so. If they were to make the opposite movie today, called Truth, Truth, where the hero's facial muscles have to convulse every time he tries to tell the truth, they would find thousands of potential heroes from our politicians. Is it surprising that we have a single word or adjective, liar, for a person who lies, but we don't have a single word for a person who tells the truth? Nothing like, say, truther. Maybe it's because so few people speak the truth these days that we don't need a word to describe them. Imagine today there are separate departments and organizations. In fact, whole companies are now engaged in just parsing and researching each political statement for the extent of its falsehood. Do you know now there are over 100 fact-checking organizations around the world spread over 40 countries? I'm sure they employ thousands and thousands of professionally qualified fact-checking staff. There are online courses you can do now to become a master at fact-checking, that is, a human lie detector. Whether our politicians need full-time assistants or not, they sure need full-time fact-checking. I keep thinking about how working in such a company would be. I suppose I would be the account manager for a set of politicians, and I would need to follow everything that they say, post, or write on any platform. I would then depend on those politicians' ability to lie to perform and prove my own skill, and have my performance reviews and promotions tied to those lies. Imagine having to analyze day in and day out the anatomy of those lies like a medical student studying the wriggly, gooey insides of a belly. I can even imagine my boss reprimanding me. Your politicians are not lying enough, so your workload is far too less and unprofitable. Make sure you talk to your politicians in your account and demand that they up those lies. Otherwise, we might be forced to lay you off for lack of work. Well, lie ferreting, as I call it, is the most secure job in the world, especially in these days of instant layoffs. After all, your politicians will never ever stop lying, so this is one job that you can count on forever. I mean, these lie ferreters or fact checkers must be literally offering a prayer of thanks to our leaders every day for giving them each their daily bread. We've always had people separating the wheat from the chaff, but imagine employing people to separate the chaff from the wheat and write essays on its composition, completely ignoring the wheat. This is really a profession that we would never have dreamt of. I would like all our politicians to model themselves on the great Donald Trump. He has become the biggest crusader and benefactor of this profession and doesn't really get enough credit for this. Over the course of just 4 years, he spouted off over 30,000 lies. Can you think of how many people were employed by his daily barrage of lies? Since Donald knew everything about every industry, His lies orbited the entire industrial world many times a day, covering every aspect of human life on earth. He always used to say that good old Joe would never be able to match him. He was right. Because of Biden now, a lot of people have been laid off and stand-up comedians are going hungry because he doesn't lie so much. Second, I do hope there are lobbyists for this kind of thing to pressurize our politicians to stick to what they do best and not wander off the beaten path and start speaking the truth. Imagine what would happen. That kind of pressure is required to keep this profession going. Now, speaking of truth, I wonder if we really need that flimsy illusion called truth anymore, elusive as it is anyway. Truth is rigid and inflexible. Our civilization has matured and advanced far beyond that. We have become tolerant and broad-minded about truth. Our morality is bendy and stretchy, and we can even grade those lies from just misleading to outright falsehood and treat it like nothing more than an academic multiple choice exam. We have even found a nice, benign suit and tie name for truth. They are called facts. And the word facts makes it so impersonal and scientific and far away that we really don't have to care about it. Our leaders have elevated the art of lying into a science, becoming adept at wrapping them in layers and shades of subtle nuance. Very soon it will be humanly impossible to analyze such prolific numbers and types of lies manually. We will need supercomputers and the world's best artificial intelligence software for this new science. Already there is an association, the International Fact-Checking Network, IFCN, of these fact-checking companies, which seeks to develop common codes and standards. Companies use different rating systems for these lies, from textual to pictorial to numerical to color codes. An Indian company awards crows for lies, while another international company awards Pinocchios. We treat lies with so much imagination and respect now. Poor truth has no rating system at all. Maybe it is now time to develop a great international data warehouse of falsehoods. Every word spoken or written by a politician will go right from his mouth or a pen into the software program that will automatically weed out the truth as waste matter and then analyze and grade the remaining lies in real time. And the machine can self-learn as it goes along. Imagine the employment generation potential. Imagine the advantage of comparing the lives of leaders from different countries and cultures and providing data downloads to needy leaders who find it difficult to lie on the fly. All they need is to enter a topic into the program's search box and it will spit out hundreds of lies that they can use in seconds. We will then do away with the teleprompters and use a lie prompter instead. Though, of course, I don't think politicians need help with this. They have an inbuilt lie manufacturing factory. I strongly recommend that the lobbyists petition the government to elevate the lie ferreting profession to an industry. We were careless about our truthful politicians and drove them to extinction. Let's not allow that to happen to the lying ones. Who knows, after some time, lie ferreting may be the only profession we are left with. But never fear, between our politicians and our lobbyists, ferreting lies can keep us all employed forever. The next suggestion that I have is that lying must be made a mandatory qualification for any politician. Not lying is not an option. And we must re-elect only the ones who tell us not only the most outrageous lies, but spin the most twisted, warped yarns. How else would you sustain an industry for lies if the raw material is not of industrial strength? Can you imagine what would happen to this industry if all politicians decide one fine day that they are going to get together and stop lying? This whole industry would collapse. Millions of dollars in jobs would be lost. Really, people, that would become like a financial industry crash. This lie ferreting industry is now too big to fail. We cannot afford to let that happen. We have to keep up the pressure on the politicians to lie their heads off. So here is the moral of the story. Next time you hear our candidate lie that they will create jobs, don't think they're lying. They're already doing just that. I've just proved it to you. They're providing employment to thousands of people. That is their sole and singular achievement. They have none other. Thank you and talk to you soon.